seconds here. Let everybody redial in. I think I kicked everybody off. If you're on Facebook with us, please redial in. Sorry about that. Or if you're on Facebook and you can hear us, that's fine. I'm going to give it just a moment just to have folks redial. If you're on with us, please put it on mute, not on hold. Please put it on mute, not on hold.
You have all the profile?
Yeah. I need pictures though. I was Army at one time. I need to be able to see bigger buttons, lots of colors. Oh man. Okay, we'll just give it just a few more seconds here to let folks dial back in that I kicked out. Okay. Okay, I don't hear many people dialing back in, so that must mean we've got some folks out there. Hey, listen, good Thursday afternoon from Spring Hill Medical Center, and I know we've got a lot of folks on the line, and we've got some great folks in that are going to give you some updates. So I'll get right after it. This is Mike. I'm in the room here with Derek Melanson's taking care of all the electronic equipment, getting us on social media. He just can't prevent me from hitting the wrong button. So, but we're all gathered around now. Tiffany Petrie's here. She's going to be interviewing Dr. Purdue and nurse practitioner Clay Strange. They're going to be talking about a couple of different subjects. Clay's going to cover some of the fraudulent calls and some of the things going on there. Dr. Purdue's going to cover hospital and clinic stuff going on here a little bit. But we've got some special folks that'll be, I'm just going to give you the agenda for today. We'll have Mayor Ray Huddleston giving some remarks early in his introduction. And Chief Will Lynn may or may not be with us today. He was getting called on to something. Sheriff Parker, actually he and Sheriff Sexton got called off to something this afternoon too, so they will not be on with us today. Kim Humphreys will be here with Professional Home Health. And Gary Mize will be here.
Special folks that'll be, I'm just going to give you the agenda for today. We'll have
to give a nursing home
update, giving some
and then we'll talk and I'll close it out. A couple of quick things that I didn't want to cover today, just as thoughts to give you up to speed with where we are, is number one, so in our hospital, we've only had 2 COVID admissions through this process. We're very fortunate and very blessed, and I want to thank you because Webster Parish, Claiborne Parish, you guys have done a great job of social distancing.
And then we'll talk and
I think that a lot of folks are starting to get a little antsy. Me too.
Cover today,
my family too. We're ready to get out and do some things in public. But listen, I'm just going to ask that everyone continue to social distance, continue to be patient, continue to try and spend this time doing things with your family,
blessed, and I want to thank you
because it's working. We want to follow the federal and the state policies that are put in front of us. So please continue to social distance and do the right thing.
Me too.
I can tell you here at the hospital, like you see, everybody's got masks on. We've stopped having meetings altogether. We're doing dial-in meetings. We've set distances apart. We don't sit in our own cafeteria. So we've changed the way we're doing business, and I just ask that you all continue strong like that because I think you're saving lives. I really do.
The federal and the
I want to give a special thanks again to our healers, defenders, firefighters, and public servants. Please keep them in your prayers as they're the first ones on the scene.
Like you
when
see,
folks,
everybody's got masks on.
Are out
We've
there
stopped having meetings altogether. We're doing dial-in meetings.
And they're also the first
We've
ones
set
exposed. So please
distances
keep them
apart.
in
We
your
don't
prayers.
sit in our own cafeteria.
Special thanks to the Department of Homeland
Security.
Security,
We're doing
Brian
business,
Williams,
and I just ask that
he,
you all
Haynes,
continue strong like that because
the
I think
T-shirt
you're
Baker
saving
Haynes,
lives.
and the Department of Homeland Security have
I want
distributed
to give a special thanks again to our healers,
face
defenders,
masks. Several of you have
firefighters, and
come and
public
got
servants.
them.
Please keep them in your
At
prayers
the doctor's
as
clinic.
they're the first ones on the scene.
Special thanks to
Folks,
Miss Cynthia Poole, who's been getting them out to everyone that has come to get them.
Also the first ones
We had about 8,000 of them. We've got about
special thanks
2,500
to
left.
the Department of
and
Homeland
I
Security,
suppose those
Brian
will go
Williams,
pretty fast tomorrow.
Haynes,
We've had 2 days of folks coming to get those.
T-shirt Baker Haynes.
But a special thanks to
and the
them
Department of
for
Homeland
making that
Security have
happen.
distributed thousands of
I want
face
to
masks.
give you a
Several of you
couple
have come and got
of
them,
things from
at
the
the
health
doctor's
system.
clinic.
Is that we're continuing
special thanks to Miss
to
Cynthia
emphasize our telehealth process so that we're calling out. You can call us. We've got the call center. We've called about 9,000 out of the 27,000 patients that we have so far.
8,000
And
of them.
continue
We've
to
got
call.
about 2,500.
We appreciate the comments that we
left,
get back on those
and,
phone
I
calls.
suppose
Thank you
those will go
for
past.
allowing us to provide you that service, but also thanking us for providing that service. I'm very proud of our medics, and I'm just glad that you are too, and I appreciate the positive feedback that you have for our folks. Our surge ops, we're glad that we didn't have to use them up to this point. We are prepared still in case something does happen, and let's say someone, a small cluster or something like that occurs, we're going to be ready. Soon, and something that we've started over the last 7 days is we'll all be looking at what recovery does look like. So I just want to briefly have a thought about that with you, and that is
we're going to be ready.
starting after the 27th of April. The governor has released us. If you put on mute, please, not on hold, but please place it on mute.
We'll all be looking at what recovery
But
does look like.
the Louisiana Department of Health has given us guidance for medical and surgical procedures to allow those that are required for emergency medical conditions, or to avoid further harm to underlying conditions or disease, or that are time-sensitive conditions.
But
These we're going to be able to start supporting after the 27th of this
to
month.
allow those that
All the patients that do come in for these procedures will require COVID-19 testing, and then will require a follow-up 14 days later by our staff
we're going to be able to start
to ensure
supporting after the
that they are
27th of
COVID-free.
If
you'll please put us on mute, if everyone could just make sure that we're on mute,
will
we
require
appreciate it.
COVID-19 testing.
Okay,
And then we'll require a follow-up 14 days later by our staff to ensure that they are COVID-free.
I want to have a comment on testing, and I know Dr. Pardue may and Clay may have a few other things to add here in a little while, but I just want to let you know, I do know a lot of people are starting to get curious about testing. Just want to give you the thought process from our perspective. And that is, regular COVID testing, we're going to continue to do,
testing,
and that's for patients that require it and that it's indicated, or patients that come to the hospital that also require it.
Starting to get curious about
But
testing.
we haven't gotten into an antibody test or a saliva test or something like that. For one, we want to make sure
regular
that
COVID
the
testing, we're
federal
going to
and
continue to
state
do.
direction
And
is
that's for
going to be
patients
clear
that
on how that's going to be used.
and
That's
that
going
it's
to be used
indicated.
strictly to get people back to work,
That also
or
require
if it's going to be used in any other fashion. But it's
we
certainly not
haven't gotten
used for a
into an
diagnostic
antibody test or a
assessment,
saliva test or something like that.
of whether someone
For one,
has
we want to make sure
COVID-19,
that the federal and
because
state
and our
direction
medics would
is
tell
gonna
you
be
that the
clear on how
antibody
that's gonna
test
be
would just
used,
let
if
you
that's
know
gonna
that
be
you do have
used
antibodies in your
strictly to
system
get people back to work,
for
or if it's going to be used in any other
coronavirus,
fashion. But it's
in which
certainly not
it
used
may
for
or may not be
diagnostic
COVID-19.
assessment.
So although there's
of
indicators that
whether
this is very
someone
helpful in
has
certain circumstances,
COVID-19,
it's not
because
it's not
and
fully
our medics would
used
tell
as
you
an
that the
assessment
antibody
for
test would just let you know that you do have antibodies in your
diagnose
system
certainly, and we're not
for
yet clear on how it's going to be used
coronavirus,
if we're going to use it
in
to
which it
have an
may or
assessment
may
on
not
whether
be
it's go back to work. So
COVID-19.
just be patient with that
Although
process.
there's
But when
indicators
we
that
do
this is very helpful in certain
find that
circumstances,
something is going to be
it's
mainstream,
not,
we're going to be the
it's
first
not
one
fully
to get out there and
used
support the
as an
community with that.
assessment for to diagnose.
Lastly, I want to
clear on how it's going to be used if we're going to use it to have an assessment.
I've mentioned to you the last several weeks of our Dr. Omar Gutierrez. He's doing quite well. He's strong as an ox, and although he had been seeing patients up in New York and in the hospital. Okay, if you can put it on mute, if you can hear me, please put your phone on mute. I appreciate it. I think we got hijacked. But just wonder, Mike, we've talked, I've mentioned to you to keep Dr. Omar Gutierrez and his wife Anna and their beautiful kids in your prayers because he's going to be here in July. But he had gotten COVID-19, and he's about midway through that process, and he's doing quite well. But just wanted to give a shout out for him. If you'll keep your prayers going that way, he'll appreciate it. Okay. All right, I'm going to go from there straight on into the agenda. Mayor Huddleston, are you there today? Are you with us, sir? Mayor, can you help me? Can you hear me? Can you help me too? Okay, all right. If I'll check back in with the mayor here in a little bit. Chief Lynn, did you make it with us today?
Hey, Mike.
Yes,
Mike,
sir.
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
I got you loud and clear now, Ray.
Okay. I just wanted to say I couldn't be any prouder of Stephen Spring Hill. We're usually pretty good at following directions, except knowing how to put a phone on mute. We're not too good at that. Okay. But we've done a really good job. I appreciate y'all. Everybody, we're usually pretty good at following directions, except knowing how to put a phone on mute.
We can hear you, although it's a little bit challenging. Someone's got their TV on in the background, and but we can hear you. We can hear you, Mayor.
I appreciate y'all. The duster while
we can hear you, although it's a little bit challenging. Someone's got their TV on in the background. But we can hear you,
which way we need to go with this thing. Well, but as of right now, we're still going to go by his last order, and it's the order he signed and the one I signed. For the first of the week, we're going to have the last day of this month, but he says the first part of this next week, we should hear from him on what our next steps will be. And I hope he takes into consideration that how well these rural parishes do, as far as opening things back up. But I couldn't be proud of the hospital and the citizens of Spring Hill for paying attention and doing what they're supposed to do. Obviously, by the number of people we had, it's unbelievable how well we did, and I'm hoping things back up a lot. I couldn't be proud of our hospital, and I appreciate citizens of Spring Hill for paying attention.
I appreciate you, Mayor, and thank you for placing that out there, because I do think that maybe if they do allow us to regionalize and make decisions locally, we'll get the opportunity to maybe go about this smartly, get people where they need to go, and we can be careful about that. But thank you very much,
because I do think that maybe if they do allow us to regionalize and make decisions locally, we'll get the opportunity
be together on everything we do, and he's in agreement with me. We're just gonna wait and see what happens for the part of the week today. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We'll be following your lead. Thank you so much.
Earlier too, we try to be together on everything.
And I think Chief Lynn was going to be out this afternoon, but just in case, are you on with us, Chief?
See what happens the first part of the week. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. We'll be following your lead.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Kim Humphreys from Professional Home Health, are you with us today?
And I think Chief Lynn was going to be
out
this afternoon.
Glad to have you online with us.
So
thanks for taking care of folks, and everything going okay on your end?
Okay.
Right. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having us. We're still out here, still trying to provide the same safe and effective care that we always have. It's just been a few adjustments with the PPE.
Everything going okay on your end?
But I wanted yes, sir. Thank you so much for having us. We're still out here, still trying to provide the same safe and effective care that we always have. And sign the orders. That's one of the new things that's come up with the PPE, so that you're not having to go out and see a doctor. Patients to know that also now your nurse the home health agencies can perform some of the initial assessments to determine if the patient's homebound by remote. You're not having to go out and see a doctor. We're helping out with the telehealth with the home health agencies can perform some of the initial assessments go out to determine pull that up and help with the visit by remote with the provider. We're helping out with the telehealth with the clinic.
Yeah, both Dr. Pardue and nurse practitioner Clay Strange are both nodding their heads and saying that has been very helpful. So it sounds like we've got some real positive response from both the clinical side and the patient, the patient satisfaction.
Yeah, both Dr. Pardue and
of the
nurse
story.
practitioner Clay, Strange are both nodding their heads and saying that has been very
also
helpful.
can give
So
us
it
a
sounds
call
like
if
we've got some
they think that
real
can't
positive
be
response
met
from
due
both
to the
clinical
COVID
side
restrictions. If they prefer
patient-
not to leave home,
patient satisfaction and
they
patient
can
side
have
of
their
the
labs, their
story.
wound care therapy. If they're having some depression, we have psych nurses that can go out and see them. It's very stressful for everybody. The COVID restrictions, if they prefer not to leave
Yeah,
home.
absolutely. So you guys are
They can have
a
their
phone
labs,
call
their
away.
wound care therapy. We are. If they're having some
See.
depression,
Very
we
good,
have
very
psych
good. Are
nurses
there any
that can go out
challenges
and
that you
see
guys
them.
have out
It's
there
very
that you'd
stressful
like
for
for any of the
everybody.
patients to hear as far as
Yeah,
ways of
absolutely.
communicating with
so
you,
you
or
guys are a phone
any
call
other
away.
logistical challenges, or is everything
We
going
are.
pretty smoothly once
Let's
folks
see.
get a hold of you?
Very good, very good. Well, are any
I
challenges
think
that you
everything's
guys
gone
have out
pretty
there that
smoothly
you'd
from
like
what all the
for any of
nurses are
patients
saying. They're
to hear
being
as far
extra
as
careful. The
ways of
nurses are not coming
communicating
back
with
to
you,
the office.
or
They
any
see their
other
patients
logistical
and
challenges,
they're
or is everything
sanitizing
going pretty
between each
smoothly once folks
patient.
get
They
a
have
hold
the
of you?
masks, the gowns, whatever's needed for that patient. Gone pretty smoothly from what all the nurses are saying. It's pretty easy to get in touch with her. The nurses are not coming back to the office. They see
Okay,
their
well,
patients
super. Well,
and they're
super. Kim,
sanitizing
any,
between each patient.
we certainly do
They have the
appreciate you being on the
mask,
line with us
whatever's
today, and,
needed for
being,
that patient.
out here in the rural
And it's
area.
pretty
We
easy to
just
get
want to
in
make
touch
sure
with
that,
us.
we're all available for each other. It's a one-team
Okay,
approach.
well, super.
And
well, super.
I just feel
Kim,
like that,
any,
us
we
being
certainly do
synchronized
appreciate you
and
being
being
on the
able to-
line with us today,
to
and
provide
being
all-encompassing
out here
sort of
in the
support
rural
to our
area. We
community
just
is
want to
so
make sure
important,
that
and we
we're
appreciate all
available
that
for
you and
each
your
other.
team
It's
does
a one-team
do
approach.
for the community.
And I just feel like that us being synchronized
And I agree
and
with
being able
Mayor Host
to
and the
provide
hospital and doctors
all-encompassing
clinic has done
sort of
great
support to our
with
community
how
is
they've
so
done.
important.
People
And
are
we appreciate
doing what
all
they're
that
supposed
you
to
and
do,
your
it
team
seems.
do
Yes, ma'am.
for the community.
Yes, ma'am. Well, listen, we certainly
I agree
appreciate you
with,
being on the
Mayor
phone with us
Host and
today, and
the hospital
we'll
and
look forward to
doctors clinic has
remaining
done
great
great
partners as we go
with how
forward,
they've
okay?
done. People are doing what they're supposed to do, it seems.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Gary Mize,
Well, listen,
Executive Director
we
of Nursing
certainly
Home
appreciate you being
at
on the
Carrington
phone with
Place.
us today, and
Are you on the line
we'll
with
look
us?
forward to remaining.
Yes, sir. Good
great
afternoon
partners
to everybody, and I can see you guys. So
Thank you very much.
I have an advantage. I can see you guys, but y'all can't see us.
Nursing home.
Well, that's great. We don't want to see your fuzzy slippers that you're wearing right now in your
Yes,
living
sir.
room.
Good afternoon to everybody. I can see you guys. I appreciate you, I have an advantage, reaching out to me and asking me to say a few words, because, you and I,
That's great.
when
We
we
don't want to
first
see your
started,
fuzzy
we
slippers
got
that you're
together
wearing right now in
quickly,
your living room.
and we appreciate that. Right. And of course, my medical director is sitting right there too, and she was with us from day one, so we really appreciate the partnership that you guys have with us. Together quickly. I want to give you a little update about Carrington Place. And of course, we've been blessed, right there too, and we have not had one case day one, so of COVID in our facility. We did come and tested them early on at your facility, and they were all negative. We have strict policies going right now from the CDC and the Department of Health. We're not allowing any visitors to your facility. Our staff, when they come to work, they come through one entry. They fill out a questionnaire, they get their temperature checked, and then they don they put their mask on. And even our residents are wearing masks now, and they're supposed to be staying in their room. When they come to work, they come through one entry. We, fill out a questionnaire. We'd like to thank the residents mostly and their families for putting up with this. I know that there's a lot of families out there that want to know how their loved one is, and we had been doing some FaceTime, but I just ordered a couple of iPads so that we could do some more FaceTime, and hopefully we can get that going. Out there that want to know how their loved one is. I tested several staff, and they were all negative. And I just found out today I am getting one of those instant testing machines. And it'll be able to check for COVID and the antibodies within 10 minutes. So all of our residents will be tested. I just found out today any staff that wants to be tested. One of those of course, when it comes in, I've got to run it through my medical director and let her find out all about it. But we're excited about that. So all of our residents, we have a super staff there. They're staff that some of the best that you could ever want to work with. And everybody is proud to be part of Spring Hill. We're proud to be part of the healthcare system here. And we would just like to thank everybody. They're just some of the best that you could ever want to being with us and everybody helping us. Is proud to be part of Spring Hill.
That's fantastic, Gary. You guys have really, you know, when you have,
we would just like to thank everybody.
when you get through this to this point, you should have, your staff be very proud of themselves and should be very proud of themselves because clearly,
Well, it's fantastic,
folks are
Gary.
social
You guys have
distance.
really,
We are having,
when you have,
across the country.
when you get through this to this point,
really,
you should have,
you know,
your staff should be very
an
proud
area
of
where
themselves and
it can be
the
really
community should be very
problematic
proud of
if we let
themselves
it.
because
But
clearly,
hats off.
folks are social distance.
I didn't want to get into the depressing facts, but the more they look, they're seeing that it's really hitting nursing facilities and assisted living facilities very, very hard.
But
Right now, I didn't want to get into the everyone's attention, and that's probably why when most people go back to their business, really hitting the nursing facilities and assisted living. Our nursing home is probably one of the last people to go down. So we're probably at the visitors everyone's attention for a while. Probably why when most people go back to their business, I'm telling you, nursing homes.
Yeah, and Gary, just confirming, your chief nurse too, Donna, I know that, just really appreciate your partnering up with us, and you're partnering up with us as well. And, I know,
they're very
Drew's had, nothing but good things to say about your staff, and.
yeah, and Gary, just to
experiencing-
confirm,
Let me tell you,
your chief nurse.
Donna Hanson is probably one of the, I've been doing this over 20 years, Donna Hanson is probably one of the best DONs I've ever worked with, hands down. Clinically and professionally, nobody can beat her. We just have all of our staff, we just have a really good staff. I've been doing this over 20 years. I'm proud of every single one. Best DONs I've
You
ever
should
worked with,
be,
hands
and we're
down.
proud of you guys. So
Clinically
thanks, Gary.
and professionally,
Appreciate you being on the
nobody
phone
can
with
beat
us.
her. We just
And,
have
and
all of
sharing
our
with the
staff. We
community,
just have a really good
how you guys
staff.
are doing there.
And
And,
I'm proud of every
just want to,
single
actually
one.
want to open it up to
And you should
questions. This
be,
could be
and
for
we're
Kim
proud,
or
we're
for
proud of you
Gary.
guys, so thanks,
But,
Gary.
now's a good time to
appreciate you being
Ask
on the phone with
questions
us.
of either of those guys from the home health side or
community,
from the
how you guys
nursing
are
home
doing.
side. I know a lot of you probably have family, being serviced by these guys, and
And
if you have
just
any questions
want
for 'em,
actually
please
want to
come on.
open it up to questions.
Open
This
up
could
the
be for
mic.
Kim or for Gary, but now's a good time to ask questions of either of those
Questions
guys
on
from the home health
Facebook?
I'm
side
curious
or
to know
from
where they
the
got
nursing
their
home side. I
rapid,
know a lot of you
COVID
probably
test.
have family
How they got that?
being serviced by these
I
guys.
am too,
and
Gary.
Well, it's
if you
not,
have any questions,
it's not here yet. I just got off the phone with our CEO, and he procured them somehow. I don't know how, I didn't ask him, but they are being shipped to our facilities in Louisiana. But, I know that they've been talking about them, that we got them somehow. It's not here yet. I just got off the phone with,
Yeah, that's a good question,
our
and
CEO.
I really think,
And
you
he
know,
procured them
they're
somehow. I
handling
don't know
some
how, I
of these
didn't
logistics
ask
at a
him.
national
but they're
level,
being
and
shipped
what we are finding,
our
Gary,
facilities in
you may
Louisiana.
be fortunate
But,
in that because they're
I know
having
that they've been talking
challenges,
about them,
they
but
may
we
be
got them
prioritizing
somehow.
nursing homes, and that may be one reason why you guys have got them. So,
Yeah, that's a good question, and
I'd love to hear more about that later.
I think you know,
but
they're
maybe,
handling
maybe get
some
Randy
of these
Litton, our
logistics at a
laboratory
national
director,
level,
give you a
you
call
know, and what we are
see what
finding,
that
Gary,
looks like when you get
you
it, okay?
may be fortunate in that.
That'll be
because
great.
they're having
We'll get Dr.
challenges
Pardue involved, or Marla, or
prioritizing
somebody,
nursing
and,
homes, that may be one reason
and
why
all
you
of us will get
got
together
it.
and look at this machine and make sure we know how to
We'll
use
more
it.
about that later.
Yes, sir, of
But,
course.
and
Of course.
maybe get Randy Litton, our
Any other
our
thoughts or
laboratory director,
questions?
to give you a call and just see what that looks like when you get it. Okay.
Well, I sure have heard a lot of stories
That'll be
of
great.
families
We'll get Dr.
that
Pardue
go to nursing
involved, or
homes
Marla, or somebody,
and just to be with their
and
loved
all of
ones
us will
and
get
having to be
together and look at
outside
this machine
the
and make sure we know
window
how to use it.
and share
Yes, sir. Of
either
course.
events or stories or birthdays or anniversaries
thoughts
and
or
that sort of
questions?
thing. And it's heartwarming to see, heartbreaking that we
Well,
have to
sure,
go
I've
through
heard a
those
lot
kind
of
of things
stories
right
of
now, but
families that,
certainly
that
you
go to
guys
nursing
touch the
homes
community in a way that no
just
one else
be with their
can. So
loved
thanks
ones
again.
and having to be
Thanks again, Gary.
outside
Appreciate you
the
guys.
window and
Thank
share
you, sir. Pray for
their
us. Thank
events
you.
or stories
sir.
or birthdays or anniversaries and that sort of thing. And it's
Okay, it's time to go
it's
to,
heartwarming to see, heartbreaking that we have to go through those kind of things right now, but certainly you
Clay,
guys
I'd say
touch
you
the
can become
community
an
in a
expert in
way
many
that no one
things,
else
but,
can.
this
So thanks
whole,
again.
way you stumbled
Thanks
into
again, Gary.
this
Appreciate you guys.
fraud, discussion with
Thank you,
telephone
sir.
fraud
Pray
and
for
that
us.
sort of
Thank
thing,
you.
and
Sir.
you quickly, have surmised, what's going on
Okay,
here. Can you
it's
give the
time to
folks
go
a flavor
to,
for,
to
you know, what you're
our,
hearing from what's
local,
going on the phone and what might be, they
Clay,
might,
I'd say
you know,
you've become
see
an
and
expert in many
experience
things,
and how
but
to,
this whole,
take
when you
care of
stumbled
that.
into this
Well,
fraud,
our
discussion with
administration,
telephone fraud
you
and that
guys
sort of
were
thing,
informed
and
by
you quickly,
members of the
have
public,
surmised, what's
a couple
going
of
on
weeks
here.
ago
Can you give
that
the
there
folks a
was-
flavor
they were
for,
receiving
you know,
fraudulent
what
calls,
you're hearing from what's going on
from
the phone, what
callers
might
with
be, they
some
might,
of which
you know,
had foreign
see an experience and
accent.
how to, take
And they
care
were
of that.
asking, you know,
Well,
saying they were from
our
Springfield Medical
administration,
Center
you
or
guys
our
were
clinic system,
informed
and
by
they were
members of
asking
the,
for
of the
private
public,
information.
a couple
That
of weeks
information
ago,
being
that there was,
credit
they
card
were receiving
numbers,
fraudulent calls,
Social Security
from
numbers,
callers
dates of
with
birth, that
some of
sort
which
thing.
had foreign
And so
accent.
that sent up red flags
And
for
they were
us.
asking,
And,
saying they
of
were
course,
from
the
Springfield
administration
Medical
got in
Center
contact with,
or our clinic system,
local law
and they were
enforcement
asking
and
for
reported
private
the
information.
scams.
That information being
And then
credit
we
card
done a
numbers,
video, put on Facebook,
social
with
security
myself,
numbers, dates of
a
birth,
couple
that
weeks
sort of
ago,
thing.
right after we found that out.
And so that sent
And
up red
to
flags
inform
for us.
people that
And,
Springfield Medical
administration
staff,
got in
we have two
contact with,
teams
local law
of staff
enforcement
that are contacting
and
patients.
reported these
That
scams.
first team includes our critical
And
care
then we done a
management team.
video,
And
on
these
Facebook
people are
with
calling,
myself,
and signing
couple weeks
people up
ago,
for
right after we
critical
found
care
that out.
management, which is a
and
service that
to
we
inform
provide
people
to better
that
take care of our patients.
Springfield Medical
But those
staff,
people
we have
already
two
have your
teams
information.
of, staff
They
that
shouldn't
are
be
contacting
asking
patients.
for your private
That first
information.
team
They
includes
have
a
that
critical care
information. They may
management team.
confirm that information.
And these
But
people are
even at that,
calling,
if you're not
and signing
comfortable
people
with that
up
call,
for critical care
just
management, which
tell
is
them,
a
you know, I
service that
call
we
my
provide to better
primary
take
care
care of
provider
patients.
and,
But those people
talk
already
this
have
over
your
with them,
information.
and then
They
get
shouldn't
back
be
in touch with you
asking
guys,
for
you know.
your private
The
information.
second team
They
of
have that
individuals
information. They may
is our staff
confirm
that
that
are calling,
information. Even
that's
at
that
that,
9,000 patients
you're not
that you
comfortable with
mentioned
that
a while
call.
ago,
Yeah.
that we
just
have
tell them,
called
I'll
and checked
call
in
my-
with this group
my
of people
primary care provider
and to make sure that they're doing okay.
talk this
Do
over
they
with
need
them,
home
and
help?
then
Do they
get back in
need
touch with you
assistance
guys.
setting up a telemedicine
The
visit?
second team
Or
of
they need
individuals
labs, they're having
is
trouble
our
getting
staff that are
prescriptions.
calling, that's that 9,000
And
patients
those
that
are
you
our
mentioned a while
local
ago,
staff here
that
at
we
the
have
hospital
called and checked
clinics.
in with this group of people.
And those
and
people
to
already know
make
your
sure that they're doing
They're not
okay.
gonna be
Do they
asking
need
patients
home
for
help?
their
Do they
information
need
because they have
assistance
that
setting up a
information.
telemedicine visit?
So
Are they
anytime
needing
someone
labs?
calls
Are they
and
having
they're
trouble
asking,
getting
they're just
prescriptions
asking too many
filled?
questions that make
And
you
those
uncomfortable.
are
By
our
all
local
means,
staff here
disconnect that
at
phone
the
call
hospital and
and
clinics.
call our
And
call center.
Those people
or call
already
clinics,
know your
or call your
information. They're not going to be
regular,
asking patients for their
care
information
provider
because
that
they
you
have
deal
that in
with
front of
and
them
their
already.
staff and verify
So
that.
anytime someone calls
You know,
and
give out
asks you, they're
information
just
that
asking
may,
too many questions
be fraudulent.
that make you
Yeah, no
uncomfortable.
problem.
By all means,
Right.
disconnect that phone call.
Yeah, and
And
thanks,
call,
Clay, and what's our
our
number,
call
Tim?
center, our call
Tiffany
center,
over
call
at the
your
clinic.
regular care
539-170
provider that you
is the
deal
main
with
number.
and their staff.
And then the
verify
call
that
center
before
is
you,
539-17009 or 1721.
should
Okay.
have been a fraudulent.
So,
call.
1709, 1721.
And thanks,
If you
Clay.
do get
And what's our
a
number,
fraudulent
Timothy?
call or you feel like you've
Over
got
at the
something that
clinic.
was strange,
539-17001
please call those numbers and let us know
is the
so
main
we can,
number.
so we
And
can follow
then
up
the
on
call
that, okay?
center
We
is
really appreciate that.
539-1709
Thanks, Clay, appreciate you coming in,
or
keeping
172.
up the awareness on this.
So,
It gets personal when people try to mess with our community, doesn't it?
If
It
you
does,
do get
so-
a
so many
fraudulent
members of
call
our
or you
community,
feel like you've got
you know,
something that
they-
was strange,
They
please call those
trust
numbers and
people
let us
that call
know
them
so
on
we
the
can.
phone and they start
we can
in
follow
with the
up on that, okay?
conversation.
We really appreciate that.
Phone scams
And thanks, Clay,
are
appreciate you kind of
a
being,
huge problem,
you know, kicking up the awareness on
nationwide,
this.
worldwide,
It gets
probably.
personal when people try and mess
and
with our
it's-
community,
it's,
doesn't it?
It does, and
a vulnerable
so many members of our
population
community,
that it's more
You know,
vulnerable
they-
right now. And,
they
so people just
trust
take care of
people that
themselves.
call them on the phone and they start in
Watch-
with the
watch what
conversation.
information
And,
that,
phone scams
that you give
are
about
a huge problem.
I appreciate that, Clay.
nationwide.
A good
worldwide
segue for
probably.
this would be, just
And
to,
it's,
as we transition over
a
to
vulnerable
Tiffany, Nurse
population
Tiffany's gonna,
that is
direct the show
more
here here for a little while, but she would say
So people
that in
just
this
take care of
family,
themselves.
nobody gets left behind.
Watch what
That's the way
information.
we take care of
that,
folks, so.
that
Yeah,
you
no, why don't you take it away and you and Dr.
I
Porter,
appreciate
anything
that.
to share with me?
Well, a good segue for
Dr.
this
Carter,
would be,
thank you for being
just
here.
to, as we
Um,
transition
We're
over
just
to
gonna touch
Tiffany.
on a
Nurse
variety
Tiffany's
of
gonna,
things, basically.
direct the show here for a little
Last
while,
week
but
we
she
talked
would
with
say
Lance about
that in
flattening
this
the curve.
family, nobody gets left
And,
behind.
you and I talked earlier a little about
So
that,
we take
and
care
so
of
I was gonna
folks.
get
So,
your
Tiffany, why don't you take it
perspective
away
on
and
that,
you and Dr. Porter
as far as
have
the
some things to
numbers
share
and how they're
with the
looking now.
Okay, Dr. Purdue,
That's
thank you
reported
for
in
being
our
here.
parish and in our state.
We're just gonna
What
touch
is your
on
thinking
a
on
variety
flattening
of
the
things,
curve?
basically.
I
Last
think
week we
we're
talked with
making
Lance
some good
about
headway
flattening the
into
curve.
that. I think we've had several
And
days
you and I
where
talked
our
earlier
number
a
of
little
cases
about
have
that,
stayed
and so I
pretty
was gonna
stable.
get your perspective
We
on
have had
that,
some bumps in the
as
number
far as
of
the
deaths
numbers
a
and how
couple
they're
of
looking
times, but
now.
that was actually
That's
kind of
reported in
expected
our
because
parish
those
and in
are
our
going to lag a little
state.
bit behind the new
What
cases.
is your thinking on flattening of the curve at this point?
But I think we're well on our
I
way
think we're
to
making
to
some
move
good
in that
headway
direction
into
so that
that.
we
I
can
think we've
start
had
to
several
reopen.
days where our number of new
Obviously,
cases
a
have
couple of the
stayed
governors,
fairly stable.
updates this
We
week.
have had some
He's
bumps
been
in the
very,
number of deaths a
you know,
couple of
optimistic
times,
about
but
the
that
fact that
was
we're moving in that
actually kind of
direction.
expected
Again,
because
not
those
much
are
good
going to
news,
lag a little
definite,
bit behind the new cases.
direction until next
Um,
week.
But I
do
think we're well
getting
on our
there.
way to moving in that direction
And
so that
our
we can
parish
start to
has
reopen.
amazingly done very, very
I've
well. It's
listened
been
to
very
a couple
blessed,
of
as
the
we've already
governor's
talked about several times.
updates this
We've
week,
had very
and
low
he's
numbers
been very
and haven't had to use all those surge
optimistic
ops
about
we
the
worked
fact
really
that we're
hard
moving in
to
that
find
direction.
out. More
Again,
thankful
he's
for
not going
that.
to give us any definite
Right,
direction
I know
until next
everyone
week.
now, especially on
But I do think we're
Facebook,
getting
you scroll
there.
through and we're getting
So,
antsy.
and our parish
Everybody's
has
ready to
amazingly
get
done
out
very,
and
very
go
well.
do
We've been very
things
blessed, as
and
we've already
visit with
talked
more
about several
people,
times.
started looking at the
We've
same
had very
things.
low numbers and
As
haven't had to
far
use all
as
those
the
surge ops that we
stay-at-home
worked really
order
hard to
and
point
social
out. We're thankful for
distancing,
that. So.
Do you think that
Okay,
now is a good
I know
time to
everyone
stretch
now,
that a
especially
little,
on
or do
Facebook,
we need to
you
go
scroll
that
through
one
and
day?
we're getting antsy.
Mhm.
Everybody's ready
we're
to
gonna
get
listen
out
to
and
the
go
orders
do
of the
things and
governor,
visit
of
with
our
more
mayor,
people.
of
We're
our
tired of looking
law
at the same
enforcement
faces.
area, and we're gonna do what we're
As
at.
far as the
I
stay-at-home
think
order and
in our
the social
neighborhood and our
distancing,
area has done very well.
do you think that now's a good time to stretch that a little, or do we need
Yes,
to go
I wanna
day
go
by
see the movie
day?
theater so bad I can't stand it. I
We're
do.
gonna listen to the orders.
I just wanna go
of
sit in the movie
governor,
and
of our
popcorn
mayor,
and hang
of
out
our
with my family
law
and friends.
enforcement
but
area,
we
and we're
can't
gonna
right
do
now.
what we're asked.
And I think
I
one
think,
of the things that was
Again,
said
our
today in the
neighborhood
update
and
was
our area has done
have
very well
realistic
in
expectations.
maintaining that.
everybody who's really antsy right now wants to go.
Yes.
And everybody,
I
the
wanna go
30th
see the
is next
movie theater
Thursday,
so bad I
let's,
can't
we're gonna
stand
go.
it.
That's
I do.
not the way this is gonna work. We're
I
gonna
just
go
want to
very
go sit in the
slowly,
movie and eat
very
popcorn
carefully,
and
very
hang out with
thoughtfully,
my family and
so that we
friends, but
don't
we
have
can't
a
right now.
resurgence.
And I think one of the things that was said
If
today
we
in the
move forward
update
too
was
quickly, this is gonna
have
bounce right
realistic
back, and
expectations.
we're gonna be in a worse shape
everybody's
than we
really
were
antsy right now and wants to
So I think if
go.
we can ease
And everybody's like,
into
oh,
it
the
and
30th
just
is next Thursday. We're gonna
have a
go.
little patience.
That's
pray
not
for
the way
more
this is
patience.
gonna work.
It's
We're
hard,
gonna go
but
very
just
slowly
pray
and
for
very
patience. It's
carefully
gonna
and
get
very
there.
thoughtfully,
And I
so that
think
we
that this
don't
is gonna
have a
be a new
resurgence when
new
we
place, a new world that we're gonna
If
live
we
in,
move forward
because
too
social
quickly,
distancing
this
is
is
not
gonna
gonna go
bounce
away
right
for a
back,
while.
and we're gonna be in worse
We may
shape than
get
we
out
were
into
before.
some of the areas that we
So I
want to
think
go
if we
into,
keep
but
the
there's
ease
gonna be
into it
restricted
and just
volumes in those areas, there's gonna be
have a little
restricted
patience,
numbers of
pray for
people,
more patience.
and there's gonna be
It's hard,
still
but just keep
requested
praying for patience. It's gonna get
for
there.
quite some time.
And I think that this is gonna
I
be a new
think, what goes
a new
hand in
place,
hand in
a
that
new world
with,
that we're gonna live in, because
I do
social
recall,
distancing is not gonna
Mr.
go away for a
Myers'
while.
facility here
We
in
may
place
get
being
out
one of
into
the
some of
first
the
ones
areas
that
that we
was
wanna go
checking
into, but there's
temperature,
gonna be
even before we
restricted
were doing
volumes in
COVID.
those areas, there's gonna be restricted numbers
Even
of
when I
people,
thought,
and we're gonna
that's
be
a little
still
much at this
requested to
point,
keep social
and then we
distancing for
followed
quite some
suit.
time.
As
I
evidence
think
by,
what goes
they
hand
have
in
no
hand in that
conflict
with,
COVID residents.
I do
We're
recall,
fortunately not
Mr.
had
Wise,
a severe
facility care took place
outbreak
being
of
one
it
of the
in our
first ones
area.
that was checking temperatures.
So
even
you're
before
right,
we
I
were
think
doing
that
so.
following that,
Even
going
when I
back,
thought,
Mayor
that's a
Hudson,
little much at this
Chief
point,
Will
and then we filed
advice and
suit.
regulations have
As
proven to
evidenced
be
by, they have no
where
positive
we are kind of
COVID
on the lower
residents.
side.
We've
Thank you.
fortunately not had
So,
severe
Clay, do you want to add anything to
outbreak
that?
in our area.
The
So you're right, I think that,
expectation, my expectation,
following that and going
when
by
things do
Mayor
kind of
Huddleston
relax a little
and
bit,
Chief Will's
I think people
advice
should
and
continue to wear the
regulations
mask,
have proven to be
wash their hands.
where we are kind of on the lower side, thankfully.
Worked this far.
So,
And I
Clay,
think
do you want to
that's
add anything to
something
that,
they're probably
or?
gonna come to move on.
The expectation, my expectation, when things do kind of relax a little bit, is, I think people should continue to wear their masks.
When you and I
wash
talked
their
earlier
hands,
about, basically, the world is going day by day. Healthcare, local businesses, the grocery stores, and you listen to the White House press release and the governor's speeches that he does. It's trial, error, and results.
You and I
Basically how
talked
we're living.
earlier about,
As far as
basically,
the phases
the
that
world
we're
is going day by
now,
day.
what is your input
Healthcare,
on that?
local
And,
businesses,
not-
the grocery
not
stores,
a prediction,
and
but
listen
a,
to the White House press
as far
release
as what we
and
should do.
the governor's,
The individual
speeches that he
recommendations on
does,
those are
it's
still
trial,
very
error,
much
and
the same as
results,
they've
is
been
basically how we're living.
Wash your hands, social distance.
As far as the
Things are
phases
called
that we're
your
discussing
elbow.
now, what is your
Just
input on
try to
that?
maintain
And
excellent
not
hygiene.
a prediction,
We're still
but
gonna for quite
a,
some time.
as far as
Visiting
what
the
we should do.
hospitals and
as
nursing
patients.
homes is a phase
The
3
individual
edition.
recommendations
It's not
on
gonna
those
come
are
back
still
anytime
very
soon.
much the same as they've been.
Those
the
types
whole
of things,
Wash your
we're gonna
hands,
relax
social
to some
distance,
degree probably
Sneeze or cough
on
into your elbow.
if someone's having a procedure and being
Just
sedated,
try to
they may have one
maintain
person with
excellent
them.
hygiene.
But overall, as far
We're
as
still
just
gonna, for quite some
social
time,
distancing, going in for
visiting the
birthdays and things
hospitals
like
and
that,
nursing
that's gonna
homes
last to
is
the
a
very
phase
end of
3
this, because
edition.
those
It's
people are the
not
most
gonna come
vulnerable
back
and
anytime
have to
soon.
protect them.
Those types of things,
but as
there's,
far as
we're
your
gonna
individual
relax
stuff,
to some
you know,
degree
just
probably
be
on,
smart. You
if
know,
someone's
don't-
having a
don't be in
procedure,
large
being
groups, you don't
sedated,
have
they
to
may
be,
have
don't-
one person with
You know,
them.
when you are in larger
But
groups,
overall,
make
as
sure
far
you're
as
staying distant
social
from each other.
visiting,
You
going in
can't
for
have a
birthdays and things
gathering
like
and
that,
be
that's
distant from
gonna
each other,
last till the
then
very
don't
end of
have to.
this, because those people are the most vulnerable.
And be respectful of other people in the community as
Right.
well.
But as far as your
Little
individual
patience
stuff,
goes
you
a
know,
long
just
way.
be
Right,
smart.
there's someone
You know, don't
in
be
the
in large
grocery
groups
line
if you
ahead
don't
of
have
you,
to
you
be.
know, or
Don't,
they're
you know, when you are in
looking for
larger groups,
something,
make sure you're
you can
staying
give that space
distant
and
from
time
each
to
other. If you can't have
take
it,
care
a
of what they're
gathering and be
doing
distant
and
from
then
each other, then don't have the
you can move
gathering.
into their place as they move away.
And be respectful of other people in the community as well.
Right.
Having that patience.
A little patience goes a long way.
Right.
You know, if there's someone
is important.
in the grocery line ahead of you, you know, or they're
To hit the
looking for
subject of the
something,
healthcare
give them
changes,
that space and that
it
time
hit
to
no one harder
take
than
care of what
the
they're doing,
providers,
and then
like to
you
look,
can
see,
move
listen,
into
and
their
feel.
place as they move
It's
away.
a struggle.
And that,
As far as
having
the
the
televisions,
patience
they're
with
going
others.
great. The community's becoming accustomed to it. We're getting pretty good about it.
And
I know
to
it's
hit
a
the
tool
subject
that we're
of
able to
healthcare
use to
changes,
assist, to benefit the patient.
hit no one harder than
care.
the providers.
As far as
Look, see,
the
listen, and
vital
feel.
signs, you're going off the
It's a
patient's
struggle.
word. You're not able to listen.
As
You're
far
not
as the
able to
televisions,
look,
they're going great.
visualize,
The
but
community's
you're still able to
becoming
provide
accustomed
care.
to it. We're
As far as
getting
the
pretty good
standard of
about
care,
it.
do you feel like that's
I
changed?
know it's a tool that we're able to use
very
to
much.
benefit, to benefit the patient.
Providing
to
the kind of
continue
care that you feel that patient
As
needs.
far as the vital signs,
We
you're
have
going
been
off the
asked
patient's
in this
word, you're not able
process
to
by our
listen, you're not
insurers,
able
by
to look,
our
visualize, but
people
you're
insure
still
our
able
patients,
to
the people
provide
insure
care.
us.
As far
that
as
we
the
maintain
standard
care.
of care, do you feel
That
like
has
that's
been paramount to the
changed
entire process.
very much?
If we don't feel that standard of care
providing
can
the
be
kind of
met
care that you
in a
feel that
safe
that
manner
patient
for the
needs.
patient by a televisit, then a
We have
televisit
been
is the right
asked
visit.
in this process
That may mean
by
they need
our
to come to the ER, that
insurers,
may mean
by
that they need to be
the people that
monitored
insure our
for it
patients
so
and
that
the
we
people
can
that insure us,
evaluate what
that we
needs to be
maintain
evaluated.
standard of care.
If there's
That has
anything we
been
can
paramount to
do
the
through a
entire
televisit,
process.
we should.
If we don't feel that
And
standard
we're
of care
trying to
can be met
maintain that as
in a
best we
safe
can.
manner for the patient.
And with our staffing
by
here,
televisit,
especially
and a televisit is the
provider-wise,
right visit for them.
we've been very
That may mean they need to come to the ER,
protective
that
of
may
our
need to
providers and our
that they need
patients
to be
in order
going to the clinic so
to
that we can
maintain that and get
evaluate what needs
patients
to be
taken
evaluated.
care of in the
If
most
there's
effective way
anything we
possible.
can do through a televisit,
I don't think we're
we
we're
should.
obviously not doing routine
And we're
pap smears.
trying
We're
to
not doing
maintain that as
routine,
best
you
we
know,
can.
wellness visits and things of
And
that
with our
nature right
staffing here,
now, because
especially
it's just not
provider-wise,
the time for those things.
we've been very
It's the time to make sure people have their
protective of our
medications,
providers
that
and
their
our
diabetes
patients
and their
in
hypertension
order
is taken
to
care of.
maintain that
And those are
and
things
get
we can discuss
patients
over the phone.
taken
We
care of
can,
in
we
the most
can have a
effective way
video
possible.
visit, take a look at the
I don't
patient,
think
make
we're,
sure
you
that
know,
they're
we're obviously not doing routine
comfortable in their
pap
chair,
smears,
that
we're
they're
not
not
doing
in
routine, you
distress.
know, wellness visits
And they
and
can tell
things
us
of
what
that
their
nature
sugars
right
have been.
now
They can tell us what
because
their blood
it's just
pressure
not the
readings
time
have
for
been,
those
and
things.
we can
It's
work
the
with
time to
those-
make sure people
those
have their
issues.
medications, that their diabetes
I will
and their
say something
hypertension
that
is
startled
taken
me
care
earlier in
of.
the week
And those are things we can
was a
discuss
statement
over
that
the
was
phone.
made in,
We can
it wasn't the
have a
governor that made
video
it, but one of the
take a look at the
folks
patient,
with
make
him
sure that
said
they
that the
look
numbers
comfortable in their
on
chair,
heart
that
attacks
they're
and
not
strokes have
in
dropped.
distress. And they can
The
tell us what
problem
their
is
sugars have been.
they
can tell us
haven't
what their blood
dropped.
pressure
The
readings
reported
have been,
numbers
and
have
we
dropped
can
because people
work
are
with those-
scared to go to
those
the
issues.
emergency departments.
I will say
And that
something that
scares
startled
me.
me
I
earlier in
want
the week.
everybody to know
Was a
that
statement
we
that
are
was
doing
made,
our
and
utmost
it
to
wasn't
protect
the
every
government that made
patient
it,
that
but one
comes
of
to
the
this facility.
folks
And if
with
you
him
think you're
said
having
that
a
the
stroke or a
numbers
heart attack or something,
on heart attacks and
please do
strokes
not
have
hesitate
dropped.
to go to the ER.
The
Please do
problem
not have an
is
event at home
they
that
haven't
can't be
dropped.
cared
The
for
reported
in
numbers
the,
have
in the
dropped
place that
because
needs to be
people are
cared
scared to
for.
go
So
to the emergency
I just want to
departments.
reiterate that to people
And that scares me. I
that's a
want
big
everybody
deal.
to know
And
that
was
we are
startling to
doing
me
our
that people
utmost
are
to
that
protect every
afraid to
patient
come
that
out to our
comes to this
facility
facility. And if you think
that they're
they're
not
having a
getting the
stroke
care
or a
that
heart
they
attack or something emergent, please do not hesitate to go to the ER.
Yeah,
Please do
other,
have an
other
event at
healthcare
home that
issues are
you
not
can
on
care
hold
for
just because
in
of
the place that needs to be cared
coronavirus
for.
pandemic.
So I just
Absolutely.
want to
People are
reiterate that
they
to
still have
people
high
that
blood pressure, they
that's
still
a big
have
deal,
diabetes,
and
they still have
that was startling to me
arthritis
that people
issues,
are
they
that
still,
afraid to come out to our
kids are
facilities
still falling down and
that they're
cutting
not
knees
getting the care
open
that they
and,
need.
and of course the heart attacks and strokes is still
Yeah,
is still an
other
issue.
healthcare
Life
issues are
doesn't
not on
stop.
hold just because of
Right.
the coronavirus.
The purpose of the
pandemic.
television.
You know,
Absolutely.
people are still, they still have high blood pressure, they still have diabetes.
And the
they
dialogue
still
doesn't really
have
change.
arthritis issues, they still.
It's the same questions and
kids are still
answers
falling
and
down
discussion
cutting knees
that you
open
have
and,
sitting in the office with your
and
provider.
Of course, the heart attacks and
when you're
strokes
talking
is
about your blood
still
pressure,
an
your
issue. Life
diabetes, your
doesn't
arthritis.
completely stop.
Now,
that's
of course, lacerations,
the purpose of the
broken
telemed
limbs, that
visits
sort
is
of thing.
to
They have
keep
to
that care
come to the
continuing.
emergency room or the
And
clinic.
the dialogue doesn't really
Taken
change.
care of properly,
It's the same
the
questions and
dialogue
answers
for a
and
normal,
discussion that you have sitting in the office with your
routine
provider,
follow-up
when you're talking about your
encounter
blood
is the
pressure, your
same.
diabetes, your arthritis. Now, of
Okay,
course,
we've received a lot of
lacerations
good
and
feedback
broken limbs, that
from
sort
the
of thing,
patients,
they have to come to
and
the
have gotten a lot of
emergency
things,
clinic,
even
to
new
be taken
diagnosis
care
from
of
our visit with
properly.
Tommy Ann.
The
A couple
dialogue
weeks ago,
for
she got a
normal,
blood clot through a televisit, so
routine
y'all are doing
follow-up
excellent as far as
encounter is the
adjusting
same.
and, making accommodations to take care of the patients.
We've
and we
received a
appreciate
lot of
that.
good feedback, from the patients and have gotten
been
a lot of
interesting,
things,
but it's been
even
exciting.
new diagnosis
The
from our
patients
visit
like
with
checking
Tommy
on
Ann.
us too.
A couple
They like
weeks
to know
ago,
that they like to
blood clot
visually
through
see
a
us so that they can know that we're
Y'all are
okay
doing
and we're still out there.
excellent
and
as far as
everything's still
adjusting and,
working.
making accommodations to
Very
take care of the
kind.
patients.
They are very, very kind.
Right, and the patients also enjoy,
It's been interesting, but it's been
letting
exciting
us
too.
see
The patients like
that
checking on
side
us too.
of.
They like to know that they like to visually see us so that they can know that we're okay and that we're
Just
still
this
out there and
afternoon,
that everything's still.
Her telemedicine visit, her environment at home, she was on her back
They are
porch.
very,
She
very
was,
kind.
Right,
you know,
and the
after
patients
we
also
discussed
enjoy
the
letting
important
us
parts of the
see
visit. She's like, oh, let me
that
show you
side
these
of
flowers I planted,
their
and, you know, these are my hummingbird feeders, and this is my little
just
dog.
this
And
afternoon.
that's, you know,
Her
that's important to
telemedicine
us
visit,
too.
her
Right.
environment
Well, it
at
gives us
home,
a
she
better
was on her
picture of the
back
whole
porch,
person.
and she was,
Right.
Because we
you
don't,
know,
sometimes it's a
after
little bit
we
stark in the
discussed
clinic.
the-
We try very hard not to be that way. Clay and I both, I know we're
she's
are
like,
very
"Oh, let me show
outgoing
you
and
these
friendly
flowers
and
I
want to know
planted."
about your personal
And,
life.
you know, these are my
As opposed to just your
hummingbird feeders, and this is my little
So
dog.
it's nice to get
And
to
that's,
see
you
that
know,
in person.
that's important
you know,
to us,
See your
too.
flowers, see your grandkids
Well, it
running
gives
around
us
the
a
house.
better
That's
picture of the whole
fine.
person.
Right.
Because we don't, sometimes it's a little bit stark in the clinic. We try very hard
We
not to be that way.
appreciate
Clay
that,
and
the
I both, I
community
know
being
we're
patient
are
with all the
very outgoing and
changes
friendly and want
and
to know about your
understanding the
personal life
adjustments that have
as
been
opposed to
made
just
from
your
an
diagnosis.
administrative point to
But
the
it's nice to get
registration
to
to
see that
billing.
in person. You
For
know,
y'all's,
see your flowers, see your grandkids
mindset
running
that
around
you
the
had to
house. That's
completely
fine.
change.
It doesn't bother me.
This started not with, well, when are we going to get
We
a COVID
appreciate
patient?
the
Mike told
community
us
being
to treat
patient with
everyone
all
as
the
if they had
changes
COVID.
and
we
understanding the
sanitize
adjustments that have been made from
patients.
an administrative
Still coming to
point to
clinic.
the
It's very
registration
stressful.
to billing.
on the
from
team, I know
y'all's,
that, but, we
mindsets that you
appreciate
had to
it.
completely change.
Excellent.
This started not
You got that
with,
right, Tiffany.
well,
I
when
tell
are we
you
gonna
what,
get a COVID
you know, and
patient?
this,
Mike
these,
told us to
y'all
treat
had a
everyone
few
as if
guests
they had
over the
COVID,
last couple of weeks,
and
but,
we
you know, for
sanitize.
Clay and Dr.
patients.
Purdue
We're
represent,
still coming in
you
the
know, our
clinic, it's
clinical
very
side,
stressful.
and we really
on
just
the
couldn't be
team,
any
I know
prouder of
that,
you guys
but,
and making the
We appreciate
transition
it,
because,
and y'all are doing.
I can remember many conversations in the first few
you
weeks
got
of
that
how
right,
tough it
Tiffany.
was
You
to
know,
get
this-
used to
these,
having
y'all had a
a
few guests over
not
the
do what
last
we do
couple
on
of
a regular
weeks,
basis,
but,
so.
you know,
Bueno.
Clay and Dr. Purdue represent, you know, our
Good.
clinical side.
See,
and-
bueno.
and
Muy bueno. So, that's awesome.
I can
Well,
remember many conversations in the first few
also,
weeks of how
with
tough it
telemed-
was
by
to
doing
get
those
used to
on
having
their smartphones,
not do what we do
the
on a regular
patients are,
basis.
they're
So,
less concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to come to the clinic, sit in the
See?
waiting room.
Bueno. Muy bueno. So, that's awesome.
Well, also.
We're running a little bit behind sometimes with our
By doing
visits
those
as far as
on their
schedule times and when we
smartphones,
actually talk to the patient.
The patients
But
are,
they're very
listening fine.
understanding, or they have
You know, they don't have to come to the clinic.
You know, they have their phone in their hand, and when they get the message, they
They may
answer.
be there an hour, even though the visit's only 10 or 15,
They
20
just,
minutes.
they interrupt their day for that
Um,
short time frame.
We're running a
because
little bit
they're
behind
doing
sometimes
things in
with our
their home,
visits
or
as
they're,
far as schedule time when we
outside,
actually
or,
talk to the
you know, they
patient.
may say, hang on
But
just a
they're
minute, I'm
very
gonna pull over on the side of the
understanding.
road.
They have been
You
very
know, that's
understanding.
happened
And,
several
you know,
times.
they have
So,
their phone in their hand, and when they
you
get
know,
the
they go over
message,
to the
they
safe
answer,
location,
and, you know,
we can
they're
conduct a
just,
visit
they
there,
interrupt
and
their day for
they're in their
that short
vehicle.
time frame because.
And a lot of vehicles have excellent Wi-Fi service now. So,
Outside or,
you know,
they may say, hang on just a
some
minute,
patients
I'll
have
pull
had
on the side
to,
of
have
the
to
road.
say, you know,
You
I
know,
can't
that's
get good
happened
reception in
several
my
times.
home.
And so,
Give me just a few minutes
they
and
pull over to
I'll
a
call
safe
you back.
location
And
we could
we do that, and
conduct a
they
visit
drove
there
down the
and
road, or they're
they're in their
outside
vehicle.
sitting in their vehicle and have Wi-Fi.
And a lot of vehicles have
They're able to
excellent
do
Wi-Fi
video
service
chat
now. So,
much
you
quicker.
know, some patients
Kind of makes
have
me
had,
chuckle a
had
little
to
bit.
say,
I had this
"I'm- I
flashback
can't get
as you
good
guys were
reception in my
talking,
home.
Tiffany,
Give me
these are
just
some
a few
great
minutes
subjects.
and
Thank you for
I'll-
picking these. Yeah, it's some great questions there, but it made me
Do
chuckle.
that,
And I
and
sit here
they
thinking that
drove down the road,
I remember
or they're
growing up
outside
that
sitting in the
we had
vehicle
6
with
kids,
Wi-Fi.
and my mother, the way she would do she would do group visits. She didn't believe in one
Kind of makes
visit
me chuckle a little
per
bit.
trip.
I
She would
had
take
this
all
flashback
6
as
kids
you
and
guys were
run them
talking.
through the dock. And
Tiffany, these are some
I
great
remember
subjects.
that all white walls,
Yeah, some great questions,
metallic
but it made me
chairs.
chuckle. I'm sitting here
There was
thinking
nothing
that
fun about
I
going to
remember
the doctor
growing
other than that
up
one
that,
lollipop
we
you were
had
gonna
6
get.
kids, and my
And,
mother,
and
the
I
way
could
she
just
would do
remember my mother and
she would do
my
group
doctor
visits.
smoking a
She did
cigarette
great.
after the
Group
visit
visits.
together, and I thought, okay, we have
She'd
come
take
a
all
long
6
way
kids, run them through the
in modern
dock.
medicine where
I
around we
remember
can have
that
television
all white walls,
and
metallic chairs.
no longer any of that
There was
smoking
nothing
cigarettes
fun
with the
about going
patients.
to the
That's a
doctor other
no-no.
than that one
And
lollipop
I
you're
hope
gonna
if you're
get.
smoking cigarettes, you're
And,
listening right now. I know we've got a
and
lot of
my
folks just like
mother
my mother
my doctor
who did that,
smoking
but
a cigarette
we'd like
after
to help
the
you
visit
with that
together,
one.
and I thought,
Shameless
okay,
plug.
we've come a
Hope you
long
appreciate
way
it.
And also too,
in
Mike,
modern
we give a
medicine where
lollipop
around
to
we
each
can have
child.
televisits and
I
things.
have to share it all.
Oh, when can I get a visit? I'll be by later.
Smoking
That's
cigarettes,
awesome.
listening right now.
Oh,
A lot
that's
of folks
great.
just like my
Well,
mother
and Tiffany, thanks
who did
again
that,
for
but
putting this
we'd
together.
like to help
and,
you with that
you guys
one.
prepared it
Shameless
all.
plug.
Yeah.
Hope you
I want to
appreciate
open
it.
it up
And also,
out to
too,
the
Mike, we
community
give a
and see if
lollipop
there's
to
any
each child.
burning questions or concerns. Up to the.
When can I get a visit? I'll be by later. That's awesome.
Ask a
Well,
question
that's
or have a
great.
comment.
Well, and Tiffany, thanks again for putting this together, and you guys preparing well to ask questions. I want to open it up out to the community and see if there's any burning questions or concerns or just something that's on top of your mind. Please, I'm opening it up to the open mic.
You can also post a question on Facebook if you like to, or just wave at Derek.
Ask a question or have a
Accept
comment.
that as well. But, okay.
I think both of our listeners signed off.
Well, just some closing comments before I close out here. Derek, thanks again for making
You
this
can also
possible.
post a
Without
question
what
on
you do,
Facebook if
we
you'd
wouldn't
like
be
to,
able
or just
be
wave at
online
Derek.
here. Obviously, you need to cancel me
Accept
from
that as
pressing
well.
the buttons. I do apologize
Okay.
for hitting that button and closing off the phone to start with. But I'm glad we got right back on. And thanks for being with us today.
Just
Derek,
some
anything further?
closing comments before I close out here. Derek, thanks
Okay.
again for making
Or
this
do anything more?
possible. Without what you do, we wouldn't even be able to be online here. Obviously, you need to cancel me from pressing any more buttons. I do apologize for hitting that button and closing
drove
off
by and
the
did a
phone to start with,
parade
but I'm
to
glad we got
thank,
right back on there.
all the staff
And thanks for
and
being with us
that was really
today.
nice.
Derek, anything
Yeah.
further?
Thanks a lot for mentioning them, and I'm sure Mike and Janet Reeves, they lead that crew,
Mhm.
and I think they were lead vehicle, weren't they?
Yes.
Tiffany?
I was on a
Just
I was on a
thanked,
telephone conference, and I could
today,
step over
drove
to the
by,
window
did a
when I heard them
parade,
honking,
and
and just wait. I don't know if they can see me waving, but if you're on there, Mike or Janet, or your crew there, we do
Thanks
really
a
do
lot for
appreciate
mentioning
you
them.
guys.
I'm
Thank
sure
y'all for making us
Mike and
feel
Janet
special
Reeves,
today.
they lead that crew.
I
And,
also heard this
I think they
morning
were lead
on the
vehicle,
radio.
weren't they? I was on a telephone conference, and I could step over to the window and I heard them honking, and just wait. I don't know if they can see me waving, but if you're on there, Mike or
I
Janet, or
didn't hear
your
them
crew,
fly
we
over our
really do
area, but I know
appreciate
they
you
were.
guys. Thank y'all for
They
making
were
it happen.
definitely special about
They
it.
were. Mike doesn't have that much
Also heard
pull.
this morning.
He's like, watch.
No, but now just dare me.
Hold his
I do have a couple friends over there that fly those big monsters, so, we'll see about that. Clay, anything else for
I
the
didn't hear them fly over our area, but I know they were talking
Okay,
about it.
certainly
They were
appreciate
definitely
it.
thinking about it.
Just a couple other things here before we close things out. I do want to throw some things out there to, our folks that
I
are,
do have a couple friends
leadership
over there that
and
fly
making
those
decisions.
big
Mayor
monsters, so,
Huddleston,
we'll see about that. Clay,
and,
anything else
our
for the group?
local representative Wayne McMahon, and also
Okay,
out to
certainly
Mike
appreciate
Johnson.
you.
These
Just
guys
a
have been
couple other things
instrumental
here
in
that,
forwarding
before we
your
close things
message
out.
and certainly
I
forwarding the
do
medical
want to throw
message.
some thanks out
We're
there
now coming
to,
into an area where we're about 30
our-
days
our
into
folks
this,
that are,
and of course, when we
in
started this,
leadership
we
and
promised
making
our employees
decisions,
that
and Mayor Huddleston,
we get past 2 pay
and,
periods
our local
before we had to make
representative
any
Wayne
hard
McMahon,
decisions on,
and also out
you
to
know,
Mike Johnson.
basically being
These
able
guys
to
have been
respond to
instrumental in
what we
forwarding
need to
your
respond
message
to, as
and
well as
certainly forwarding the medical
maintain,
message.
you know, the level of
We're now
effort
coming into
here,
an
so
area
we've
where
been able
we're
to
about 30
to
days
meet
into
that
this,
intent,
and of course,
and
when we
because of all
started
the
this,
hard
we
work
promised our
of
employees
folks
that we would
and
we
the
get
CARES
past 2 pay
Act
periods
that was passed,
before we had to make
we
any
are
hard
getting some
decisions
supplemental
on,
funding, so we're hoping that that'll
basically
patch us
being able
through,
to
until we
respond
get,
to
you know,
what we need
past
to
this
respond
this
to,
phase
as
where
well
we can start
as
opening up
maintain, you know,
and
the level
having,
of effort
more
here.
service
So we've been
available
able
to you, so thank you for
to
all
meet
of
that
those folks.
intent, and because of all the hard work of folks.
I'd also like
and,
to,
the CARES Act that was
to
passed.
just
we
kind
are
of
getting
piggyback
some
off
supplemental
of the
funding,
whole
so we're hoping that
telemedicine
that'll
piece, and
patch us
I do
through,
want to
until
just
we get
just
past
let
this,
you know
this
that
phase
we
where
had
we can start opening up.
there's a
and
lot
having,
of
more
movement
service available to you. So thank
that
you
you're
for all
probably
of
reading
those
about or
folks.
hearing about maybe in the news. And we have
I'd also
some
like
folks,
to,
Brian Griffin, our IT
to
guy,
just kind of
and
piggyback off of the
Melissa
whole
Pilkington, our
telemedicine piece,
radiology,
and I do
radiology
want to
department chair or department manager.
let you know that we
Both
had,
these guys worked all the way through the
there's a
weekend
lot of movement
to
that
actually
you're probably
place
reading about or hearing about maybe in the news.
a submission
And, we have
for
some
funds
folks
that are available
Brian Griffin,
to
our IT
provide us
guy,
with
and
certain
Melissa
types of
Pilkington, our
equipment
radiology,
that we'd be able to
radiology
have
department
telemedicine,
chair or
not
department
only in
manager.
the hospital, but in
Both
the
these
clinics.
guys worked all
It's
the way through the
phenomenal.
weekend
It's amazing
to
what direction
actually place
the technology has taken us.
a submission
You can be at home
for
and you don't even
funds
have
that
to have
are
internet
available
service,
to
but this
provide us
this
with
component
allows
allows you to have that internet service, and
that
it
we'd
can
be
give
able
us
to
your
have telemedicine,
blood pressure,
not only
your
in the
weight,
hospital but in the
your
clinics. It's phenomenal.
oxygen level,
It's amazing.
your
What direction
echocardiogram,
the
and it can
technology is
transmit that
taking us.
data.
When you can be at home,
You know,
and you don't even have to have
it makes,
internet
just makes it
service,
super
but
easy
this-
for you as a
this
patient,
component
and it makes it really
allows
easy
you
for
to
us
have
to
that internet
see that
service, and it can
information
give
and be
us
able to
your
incorporate that kind of
blood pressure, your
monitoring
weight,
to support you from home.
oxygen level.
This is the type of environment that we want to be
and it
able to
can
provide.
transmit that
And
data.
we've been working
You
over
know,
about the past
upon-
9 months
You know, it makes
on
just makes
also
it super
getting
easy for you as a
telemedicine
patient.
support
It makes
in
it
the
really
hospital,
easy
so
for
we
us
can
to
bring
see
specialty
that
care here,
information and be able to
take care of
incorporate
you in
that
a way
kind of
so that you don't
monitoring
have
to
to travel so
support
far,
you,
and that the
from
home team
This is
can
the
take care of you. So
the type of
let's hope that some of
environment
those
that we
federal
wanna be able
funds
to
that are being
provide.
applied
And we've been
specifically
working
for this
over about
purpose,
the past 9
come to
months
Spring Hill, we're going to
on
work very
also
hard to
getting
try and make that
telemedicine
happen.
support in
If
the
not on this
hospital,
first
so
round,
we
we
can
won't
bring
give up.
specialty care
We
here.
don't give up easy
Take care of
around
you
here.
in a way,
But
so
I
that
do
don't have
want
to
you
travel so far, and that the home
to pay
team
attention,
can take
please,
care of you.
to
So
what we are trying
let's
to
hope that
achieve
some
here.
of
and that's
those
to bring
federal funds
as
that are being
much,
applied
as much
specifically for
medicine
this
to
purpose
you in your local
come to Spring
community
Hill.
as
We're
we
going to work
can.
very hard
in the
trying
best
to
way
make
we
that
can.
happen.
And then just
Not
the
on
last
this first
thought,
round, we won't give
just
up.
on a personal
We
level,
don't give up easy around here.
I had my
But,
first Zoom
I do
with
want
some
you
friends
to,
the other day and family,
to
and
pay
I
attention,
just offer up to you as you do get
to what
antsy.
we are trying
Stay
to
put.
achieve here, and that's
It's
to
okay,
bring
we're gonna make a
as
transition
much,
here
as much,
into a new
medicine
normal.
to you in your
But I
local
suggest to
community as
you
can,
to have that
in the
Zoom
best way
day
we can.
or Zoom dinner. I'm
And
gonna
then
have
just the
dinner
last
with my
thought,
family in
just on a
Florida
personal
tonight,
level,
or not tonight,
I
Saturday
had
night.
my first Zoom,
And I'm looking
with
forward
some
to
friends
it.
the other day, and
I'm sure my
family,
kids are gonna
and
have
just
to
offer up to you as you do
coordinate
get
all the
antsy.
technology
Stay
and
put.
press the right buttons,
It's okay,
because I'm
we're gonna
obviously
make a
not good
transition
at it.
here,
But
into a new
I
normal.
suggest that they take take
but I
advantage of
suggest
this
to
time
you
to reach
to
out
have
to old
that
friends,
Zoom date
family,
or Zoom dinner. I'm
this
gonna have dinner with
and,
my family in Florida
And also
tonight.
like to,
or
again, just
tonight,
lastly, just to
Saturday
say
night.
thank you to those
And
that
I'm
are on
looking
the front
forward
line.
to it. I'm sure
And,
my kids are gonna have to
maybe even
coordinate all the
for all those
technology
older
and press the
settlers and
right
airmen.
buttons, 'cause I'm obviously not good at it.
That are out there. in
But
faraway
I
places,
suggest
please
that
keep
they
them
take
in
advantage
mind,
of this time to
'cause
reach
they
out to old
certainly
friends or
have
family
a
that
lot of
are
things to deal
distant.
with as it comes
And,
to this, so.
I'd also like to, again,
listen,
just lastly,
there's
just to say
nothing else
thank
here
you
at
to
the table.
those that are on the front line.
And one last
And,
check on Facebook, any
maybe
questions?
even, for all those
Just lots
soldiers,
of,
sailors and airmen.
thank
and
yous
that are,
and,
that are out there in
happy
faraway
Lab Week.
places, please keep them in mind.
And,
Happy Lab
Because they
Week.
certainly
let's see,
have
and,
a lot of
our
things to do with
providers
as it
are the
comes to
best.
this, so.
We appreciate those
listen,
comments.
There's
And,
nothing else
we-
here at the table.
We love
And
being
one
loved by the
last
community, and
check
we
on
certainly care
Facebook,
about
any
you, so.
Just lots
Thank
of,
you very much for being with us this
thank
week,
yous
and we'll look
and,
for you next
happy
week with an
Lab Week.
update. Have a great day.
Happy Lab Week.
let's see, and our providers are the best.
We appreciate those comments, and we